It has been 4 weeks since the US and Israel started those military strikes on Iran, plunging West Asia into war, while Trump has extended that pause on attacks on Iran's energy infrastructure now till the 6th of April. He is mulling deployment of 10,000 additional troops. And Tehran seems to be up for that challenge, having reportedly mobilized 1 million fighters for a potential ground war with the United States. In the early hours of Friday, in fact, Israel carried out a wide-scale strike on Tehran. It claimed to have attacked a base used by the Iranian army to train soldiers and store missile systems and production sites for missile components and batteries. So far, the IDF has struck more than 1,000 Iranian weapon production targets. And this left behind a trail of destruction. Rescuers were seen searching for survivors under the rubble of the destroyed buildings. This was in Tehran, also Urmia. Explosions were also heard in Isfahan amid overnight strikes by the US and Israel. Remember, Isfahan hosts a key nuclear facility, reportedly, which was earlier attacked during the war. Israel also attacked a place in the city of Yazd, what is described as Iran's most central site for producing missiles and sea mines for the country's navy. Despite Trump making it clear that the US is involved in negotiations with Iran, its military strikes continued unabated. So far, the US claimed to have struck over 9,000 targets in Iran and reportedly eliminated 92% of the large ships in Iranian Navy. On the other hand, there's a lot going on. Tehran's retaliation persisting. It has launched the 83rd wave of missile and drone attacks on various parts in Israel. It also claimed to have attacked Camp Buring and Ali Al Salam Air Base in Kuwait, Al Dhafra Air Base in the UAE, also the air base in Bahrain. Iranian state media also released footage of drones being launched at Tel Aviv. Yet again, residents of Tel Aviv heard sirens blaring in the early hours of Friday, in anticipation of missiles and drones launched towards the city. In fact, Kuwait also came under attack. As per the country's Ministry of Public Works, its main commercial port was attacked. Additionally, its port of Mubarak al-Kabir was targeted twice by Iranian drones and cruise missiles. While infrastructure was damaged, no life was lost. Meanwhile, Israel's northern city of Naharia witnessed considerable damage from a barrage of rockets fired by Hezbollah. Homes with shattered windows and shrapnel damage seen at the site of the strike. Reeling under Tehran's retaliation, Israel's defense minister announced that the IDF will be intensifying its strikes on Iran.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and I have made it clear to the Iranian terror regime to stop firing missiles at the civilian population in Israel. Despite the warnings, the firing continues. Consequently, IDF strikes in Iran will intensify and expand to other targets in sectors that help the regime develop and use military means against Israeli civilians.
Now, despite Israel threatening to eliminate its leadership, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian made a surprise visit to a Tehran supermarket. He was seen interacting with the locals. Now, as the war drags on, concerns also mounting over depleting U.S. stockpile, with a new report claiming that U.S. military has fired over 850 Tomahawk missiles in the first 4 weeks of the war. Capable of traveling over 1,600 kilometers, these long-range missiles have been a key component of the U.S. strikes. The trouble for the U.S. and its allies is only mounting. While Trump claimed that Iran let 10 vessels of oil pass through the Hormuz Strait recently, IRGC has reiterated that this waterway remains closed for US, Israel and their allies. In fact, it claimed to have turned back 3 ships trying to transit through the Strait of Hormuz, reportedly. It added that this route was shut for vessels traveling to and from ports linked to the US and its allies. In another development, Israel continues to strike Lebanon. In an airstrike, 3 missiles targeted a building in Beirut's southern suburbs. The coastal city of Tyre also was attacked by Israel. As the war rages on, the human cost also mounting. The casualties increasing, Iran's death toll now surging over 1,900. On the other hand, 13 US military personnel have died. 200 others have been injured. Israel's intensified attacks have resulted in over 1,100 deaths in Lebanon so far.